Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Virginia, and today I have brand new spring and Easter DIYs to share with you. I'm so excited to start some new crafts for this spring season. First up, we're going to create this standing egg sign. First item that you need is one of the egg wood cutouts from the Dollar Tree. I like this one. It had like kind of a faux shiplap look to it, but I covered it in some paper that I found at Hobby Lobby. Then I cut out 2 eggs out of some craft board that I have. It's a little bit less stiff than cardboard, but more stiff than cardstock, so it stands up very nicely. And originally, my idea was to do a trio of eggs, so I started to work. I was going to do a yellow buffalo check on this egg, and I just wanted to include it to show you all that I definitely do make a lot of mistakes when crafting. Unfortunately for this one, when I removed all of the tape after I had done the buffalo check, I didn't do a dark enough color in the second time, so when I pull it away, it looks like there's just 2 colors of paint when there actually are 3. I should have chosen a darker one and it just came out terrible. So I scrapped that entire idea and instead we're just going to be doing a duo of eggs. So for that one that I cut out of the craft board, I went over it with some pink cardstock and I'm going to be using that galvanized bunny that I got off a different Dollar Tree sign. To turn this into a standing sign, it's super easy. I just took some of those wood Jenga blocks from the Dollar Tree and I placed that behind our larger egg sign, and now it's able to stand all on its own. I hot glued the pink egg onto the wood egg sign and I added one more tumbling tower block. That's what they're called at the Dollar Tree. You can find them in the children's toy section. They're basically Jenga blocks, and just adding a second one added a little bit more support, and the finishing touch was taking that galvanized bunny and putting it onto the pink egg. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I'm definitely going to be displaying it in my dining room for the spring and Easter season. This next DIY is a dupe. I saw something very similar at Kirkland's. I think it was about $30, so I wanted to dupe it using all Dollar Tree supplies, and it was actually really easy, so I'm glad I didn't spend the money at Kirkland's. I took a wood sign from the Dollar Tree, and because I'm going to be adding those beads all around it, I first wanted to lay down just around the corners, kind of like a frame, some dark brown paint. This one is called Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel. It is always my go-to dark brown paint. So I just took the paintbrush and I'm going all the way around. That way when I lay down my beads, it will have this nice dark brown background. I picked up this wood bead wreath from Dollar Tree, and I also had some more wood beads from some garland that I had actually picked up in the summertime. So the wreath didn't quite cover the whole sign, but it almost did. And I'm just peeling these off of the wreath and laying them down. This is when I wasn't sure if there would be enough in the wood wreath, so I didn't start hot gluing anything yet. But luckily I did find some more of these kind of square wood beads in my craft stash, so I knew that I had enough to make the entire sign. Also, make sure you don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe if you haven't already. I come out with new DIY videos every Thursday, and I would love it if you subscribed, and it also really helps out my channel and my video if you hit that thumbs up like button down below. Now that I had all of my wood beads laid out, it was time to start hot gluing them into place. I just kind of put down a little bit of the hot glue and then went in with my beads, filling in all of those sections. Also, please let me know in the comments down below if you have been able to find the roll of jute or twine in your Dollar Tree Crafter Square section. It has been weeks and I cannot find the jute balls, and that is a big part of my crafting. You'll even see later on when I do a bow that I had to resort to different materials. So let me know down below. I can't tell if it's just a shortage in my area or if there's none at any of the Dollar Trees, but this has not been very good for this crafter. Next step is painting all of the wood beads. I went in with a stippling brush because you really want to get in between each of them so you don't have that natural wood color shining through. So I went all the way around the entire frame with the same dark brown color that we used earlier. Once I had covered all the beads and let that dry for a bit, I went back in with some painter's tape. I'm going to be taping out the center section. I want the center to be white. So first off, I just went all the way around. I love this painter's tape. It's from the Dollar Tree and I think it works great. So I just went around taping that out. The next part is super easy. I'm just painting this section white. My color that I'm using is white chalk paint by Waverly. It's my go-to. You don't have to go in with too many coats, so that is pretty much always the white that I'm using. You'll see me in just a moment once the paint has dried and I've removed the painter's tape, go in with something that I cut out using my Cricut. If you type into your Cricut design space, "when flowers bloom," this phrase will come up. But for all of you who don't have a Cricut and might want to use this phrase, I have uploaded it into Canva. So I will leave that link down below if you guys want to print it out. You could put it in a picture frame, or you can even print it out and then Mod Podge it onto the sign that you're making. To accessorize the frame, I did put a bow up at the top. This is one that I had made previously, but I will link above the video where I go in depth how to make this bow using zip ties. I really like it because there's minimal cutting involved, so if you make a mistake, you don't have lots of pieces of ribbon laying around. Then, because this quote is about flowers, I wanted to add some in, so I had these little tea rose picks from the Dollar Tree in both this pinky peach color and purple, so I just added a cluster of 3 up at the top on the bow. If you don't have a lot of time on your hands for crafting and waiting for paint to dry, this next DIY is definitely for you because it's super quick and easy, but adds the cutest Easter touch to any home. And I think it's my favorite of all of the crafts that I made today. Not too many supplies in this DIY, but we're going to start off with making a bow to go on the bottom of the candle holder. I grabbed some of this orange gingham ribbon from the Dollar Tree and one of those little carrots off of that garland strip that I just showed you as the centerpiece of the bow. To create the holder for our candle, I took a glass candlestick from the Dollar Tree and then one of these really small glass bowls that I also got in a pack from the Dollar Tree. Not sure what it's for, maybe sauces or something. And the main piece are going to be these wood bunnies. I got these in a pack in the Easter section of the Dollar Tree. And this is going to be really the main element of the DIY. I'm using some hot glue to glue the bunnies all the way around this glass bowl. Let me know in the comments down below if your stores are stocked with the Easter and spring DIY stuff yet, or even the decor, the signs, all of that. I have not seen any of the new florals in my stores, but we do have the signs and a couple of the craft supplies, but not all of it yet. I'm hoping in the next week or two, now that Valentine's Day is over, the stores will get more stocked with supplies. To finish off this DIY, I hot glued the bow to the base of our candlestick holder, and then I just grabbed a candle that I already had in my stash and placed that in the center. I love the way that this turned out. I think it is such a cute and really quick DIY to make. Pretty much every year, or at least in the last 3, the Dollar Tree has come out with these bunny wood signs, and the possibilities are really endless with the ways that you can DIY them. But for this video, I just wanted to do something pretty simple, so I started off with covering the bunny in some scrapbooking paper. I did pick this up from Hobby Lobby, but I think the bunny is really cute. It, again, kind of has that faux shiplap look. It's the wood with the white on it, so even if you didn't have scrapbooking paper, I think you could kind of just keep it as a plain white wood bunny, and this would still be a very nice DIY. I'm using the jumbo glue stick that I got at the Dollar Tree. I feel like this thing will never run out and it always works really well, so I definitely recommend them. And I just used the glue stick to adhere the scrapbooking paper onto the bunny. Now onto accessorizing the bunny. I am first going to show you guys how to make a bow. It's really easy. You just kind of layer or fold the ribbon, and it reminds me of ribbon candy. And as you're folding it, you'll kind of see how the bow is starting to take shape. I'll show you guys one more time. So I'm taking my piece of ribbon and again, just folding it like ribbon candy, zigzagging maybe you would say. So you just fold it however thick you want your bow to be. I just wanted it to have 4 loops total, 2 on each side. So I did it twice, and then you just cinch it in the middle. It's super easy. Unfortunately, again, like I told you guys, I am out of jute and I have not seen any at my stores. So I ended up taking this orange twine. Doesn't really matter anyway because I'm going to be covering it up. I tied the bow together and dovetailed the ends and just kind of pulled at the bow, manipulated it a little bit to give it that fluffy look that I liked. I love the wood cutouts from Dollar Tree. This one came in bunnies, eggs, and I think carrots I even have. So I placed the bunny at the center of our bow to hide that orange ribbon that I had to use. And then the final touches, really easy, a cotton tail. And then I made a little necklace for our bunny using some string, wood beads, and one of those jute carrots that the Dollar Tree always comes out with for the spring season. The next DIY I used just with some scrap pieces and items that I had laying around my craft room. It's really easy to do. The first thing that you're going to need is either a wood block, or what I have is one of the foam dice that you can pick up in the children's toy section of the Dollar Tree. I painted this white, but you could do it brown too if you wanted to do a brown bunny. For the bunny whiskers, I took a wood bead and some raffia and threaded the raffia through so you have the bunny's nose. And then, of course, the raffia is going to be the whiskers. Next, I went into my ribbon collection. I took some of this burlap ribbon and I'm making burlap ears for the bunny. And I just freehanded how I wanted the bunny ears to look. If you want something more precise, you might want to take a marker and kind of draw it out before you cut it. But I just kind of winged it, and I wanted the bunny to have polka dot ears. So I took the back of a paintbrush and some white paint and just used that as a stamping tool to stamp some polka dots onto the bunny. I put the bunny ears to the side to dry and moved on to the accessories for the bunny. So I hot glued on the nose and the whiskers, and I also made a really easy bow to go on top of our bunny's head. Once the ears were dry, I hot glued those onto the back of my foam dice. And then the finishing touch was adding eyes onto our bunny. You could of course use black paint for this, but I just wanted to do something quick, so I grabbed a Sharpie to make out my bunny's eyes. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back next week with a brand new spring DIY video. Until then, keep searching, keep creating.